VLuv Hub. Maybe that's because we are taking better care of ourselves or maybe know what to eat. And I think keeping busy, and I do love that we're not defined by an age. I think that's sort of a great thing, that going forward, that you're never too old to reinvent yourself, to have a new chapter and to keep pushing yourself. And honestly, after I went through perimenopause, my energy levels went up. I felt like I was more balanced and concentrating better to be able to tackle bigger decisions in my life and where I see my life going.
Hello, hello. So glad you're here for another episode of VLuv Hub as we discuss menopause, sexual health and wellness, and today, Vagipreneurs. I'm Judy DeMello.
I'm Vagipreneur Sue DeLara.
And I'm just plain old Ann Katari.
No, Ann, we're all Vagipreneurs because we're in this field of women's sexual health and wellness.
True. But it must be said that we didn't come up with this clever word. We're not that smart. It was actually a journalist who first used it to describe Rachel Braun Scherl, our first guest today.
Yep, Rachel is the OG Vagipreneur. She's a business builder, the author of Orgasmic Leadership, Profiting from the Coming Surge in Women's Sexual Health and Wellness. And she even has a podcast called Business of the V.
VLuv Rachel. Let's listen.
I mean, of course, we all are dying to know, or when someone says a Vagipreneur, that definitely perks up your ears. What is a Vagipreneur? How did you come up with the term?
Credit goes to this brilliant journalist by the name of Abby Ellen, who was the first journalist for the New York Times who ever wrote an article about my first company in this space, which was called Sempre Labs. And she says, "Oh, I get it. You're in business and vaginas. You're a Vagipreneur." When she gave me the go-ahead, I went through the process of trademarking it. But it really is meant to describe a person who's in the business of female sexual and reproductive health. And as you said, it gets people's attention.
So if you're at a cocktail party, do you introduce yourself as a Vagipreneur?
Depends if it's professional or personal. Sometimes I've had the experience a few times where literally I just done a speaking engagement and I was walking into a restaurant and a person sees me and recognized me. And she says, "Oh, you're the Vaja," and she's trying to come up with the word. She says, "Oh, you're the vagina lady." So I get that a lot. Sometimes I get Vagipreneur.
What does that mean, orgasmic leadership?
When we were raising money, we had, my business partner and I had 13 meetings in 2 days. And the first two, we couldn't get their attention. And so by the third one, we're like, well, we're not getting anywhere. We're not getting their attention. We're not going to raise any money. And so we came up with a plan and we went in with a $100 bill, said, here's a $100 bill. If anyone asks us a question about the category that we can't answer, this $100 is yours. If anyone makes a joke that makes us blush, $100 is yours. If anyone suggests a double entendre that we haven't heard before, $100 is yours. And then we paused and I said, she likes it more, she wants to have it more, let's talk about the business model. And in retrospect, I didn't have the words orgasmic leadership at that point, but that is when I felt like I stepped into being able to lead in this space. When we basically signaled, we're serious people here to talk about a serious opportunity for you to make serious money. So if you're nervous, if you're embarrassed, if you're bashful, that's on you. You know, we're here, bring it on. And it changed the dynamic of that conversation and all the ones we had subsequently. So I look at that moment as the moment when I stepped into becoming an orgasmic leader. And just to sort of expand it to bigger than one moment of time, it's speaking up, speaking often, speaking on controversial topics about how you grow this category, where there's so many options for businesses and services that are life-saving, life-altering, or life-improving.
And I want to know how many hundreds you lost. How many hundies you lost?
0. That's my favorite part.
So how do you think an everyday person, woman, can make a change for, say, menopositivity?
One of the exciting things about this space is in the vacuum left by structured sex ed, so many of the companies in this space have stepped up and said, we're going to offer information. We're going to explain to you what the symptoms are of menopause. We're going to tell you that you're not going crazy. One of my favorite interactions that I have with Dr. Dweck is she said people come in and said, am I going crazy? Because either their memory is fading or they can't sleep because of hot flashes. And tongue in cheek, the answer is, well, if you are, it's not because of these things that you're describing. You might be going crazy, but these things are real. The things that you're coming in and talking to me about are real, and you're not going crazy. And there are just a huge number of resources. I didn't think 8 years ago that I would see multiple articles about menopause, the experience of menopause, the size of the menopause opportunity in the New York Times. And I'm not going to say it's everyday topic, but it's frequent enough in the media that people are talking about it. So I think it's the education. I think it's the asking questions. I think it's a lot of the onus is on the person to investigate, discover, and have conversations. There are many, many professional resources with people in various aspects of treating it who can help you. There are many, many, many support groups, however you want to define that, whether it's in the context of being supported by a company or whether it's a Facebook group. There are lots of people talking about this. And we now all have the opportunity to get involved in a conversation in whatever way we want.
For sure. Well, you're one of my favorite Vagipreneurs. I love you for just bringing the name to my attention. And it does make it more interesting. Or I can talk to my kids, friends, and guys too when I say that, because they're like, wait, what? And it's humor. And that definitely breaks down barriers. So it's helped me talk to more people. And that's key.
Well, thank you. And thank you for the work that you're doing and your effort to try to answer these important questions, but most importantly, creating a conversation that helps people learn.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you have anything else you want to add and make sure our listeners know about.
I would say jump in, listen to your podcast, listen to Business of the V, get smarter, look into some of these companies that are providing solutions for concerns that you have, and be part of the change.
Well, here's to orgasmic leaders.
And orgasms.
Well, I'll toast to both those things.
Oh, me too.
Seriously, though, we're so lucky to be living in this time where female-founded startups are popping up every day, offering products and platforms designed especially for women's health and wellness. It's fantastic.
Yeah, like our next guest, the two founders of Womaness, who noticed that there was such a lack of products available for menopausal women that they decided to do something about it.
Woo, more orgasmic leadership. So Michelle Jacobs and Sally Mueller founded Womanist less than 2 years ago. They've come out with a wide range of menopause essentials that take on hot flashes, mood swings, vaginal dryness, aging skin, you name it.
And what I love is that their product line is sold in Target.
And did you mean Target?
No, Target.
And we've all tried their lotions and potions. They're estrogen-free products, all natural. So, it just feels like they've approached menopause thoughtfully and holistically inside and out. So here's Sue's interview with Michelle and Sally.
I am the co-founder of Womaness. I met Michelle Jacobs about 20 years ago.
It's great to be here. Thank you. Yes, I'm Michelle Jacobs. As she mentioned, we've been friends for about 20 years. We both have spent our careers building women's lifestyle brands. We came up with the idea for Womaness.
Thanks, Michelle. So we came together after some personal experiences around midlife and menopause. So I knew I was in menopause, but I didn't realize what I was experiencing was related directly to menopause with this really incredible doctor in the Women's Health Center. And she said, oh my gosh, Sally, what you're going through right now is what so many women experience. And that is vaginal dryness and things like painful sex. And, I didn't have hot flashes. It was mainly this vaginal dryness issue. And she just reassured me that I was not alone and that she saw patients all day long with very similar symptoms, which made me feel so much better. But I just thought, wow, how did I miss this memo? How could I not understand that what I was experiencing was actually related to menopause? And again, I knew I was in menopause, but just didn't really take the time to become informed about my own symptoms and what could happen if I don't take care of it. So she actually encouraged me to check out some products that night, online. So I did. I went home and looked at the products online, and I thought, I started to kind of look at some of the vaginal lubricants and different products, and I thought, I am never buying any of these products. The names of the products just seemed very medicinal, very outdated. The packaging was very outdated. And it just looked like men from 20 to 30 years ago designed these products. And I thought, this doesn't speak to me, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure there's millions of women like me that really want better menopausal products. This just being a few examples, vaginal products, but even supplements or even skincare. And that was really my aha moment, that someone needs to tackle this space. And what better two people than Michelle and Sally to really tackle the space?
Sure. I mean, when Sally and I were talking, I was sort of in a place in my life where I was leaving one job, trying to decide what to do next. And I reached out to my network of friends, all the normal people I would go to. And the response back was really unique, considering we were now going into our 50s, some in our later 50s. And just a lot of women were saying I don't even know what to do anymore in corporate America. I feel like I've had enough. And now I want to do something on my own. I want to do something really creative. And they weren't feeling like they were getting what they used to get out of their careers and their big jobs. And a lot of women were feeling, it's time to do something on my own or just something different.
That's amazing. Yes, because I feel like all my friends, women everywhere, are sitting there with so many options and you don't know where to go. Why don't you tell a little bit more about Womaness and the products?
We really invested there. We wanted to be this line of products that women found at her local retailer. And, we called it our first line of defense. She's starting to experience symptoms. Where does she go? She goes into her local Target or her local retailer and it says, I'm having these symptoms. What are the best products out there? Obviously, if she's having more extreme symptoms, she'll be going to her doctor, and we encourage her to do that. We actually talk a lot on our website and within our blog about helping women advocate for their health. And if they're not getting the information they need or they're not getting the support they need a different doctor. So we talk a lot about that. We are in favor of HRT if it's the right option for you and your doctor says it's the right option for you. We really support all of that. But in terms of our product line, we really wanted to create the best products we could create for this woman to buy locally and accessibly. And in terms of the clean piece of it, one big differentiator between our brand and the legacy brands that have been out there is that we know so much more about what's good for your body, what's good for your skin, what's good to put in your body, and women are reading labels more and they want clean products. So that was sort of a given going into this.
Tell us a little bit more about menopause. What does that cover?
Yeah, so our line has a bunch of different categories, from skincare, supplements, sexual wellness, even cover incontinence. But our supplement line in particular, there were so many misconceptions about natural remedies that work, what doesn't work. So we worked with a formulator to help find the best ingredients with clinical data behind it to help support reducing night sweats, reducing hot flashes, helping with mood, helping with libido. So, ingredients like pycnogenol, which you can look up and research, it has extensive 10 years of clinical data to help support women's health. Ashwagandha is a very well-known ingredient that helps with mood. And then there's another ingredient called Bacopa, which is also an adaptogen that helps with focus, memory, cognitive health. So we really pulled together the best ingredients for a menopause supplement, and what we call it, menopause.
You take one pill a day?
30-day supply, and you take it every day. And in particular, that supplement helps with night sweats, hot flashes, like I said, memory, mood, cognitive health. We have another supplement called Active Glow. which is for hair, skin, and nails, but it also has an optimized form of turmeric to help with inflammation, joint pain. So it's really beauty from the inside out. We're actually about to come out with a new supplement in the next few weeks related to sleep. So we're really focused on the key issues that she tells us are her points of pain.
Well, yeah, those are the main things that people complain about. So if we take those two and soon the third pill, all our symptoms or most of our big popular symptoms will be covered. Wow, okay. And how long does it take to really feel like it may make a difference?
We've heard anything from like a few days, but I would say, usually they say like 1 to 2 weeks. You should be taking the supplement every day. And like I said, some women, we've got very quick response. Some women have to take it over time. They'll see a reduction in these symptoms.
Okay, so that's amazing. Yeah, because I know so many women are so scared about, or they want to try natural products before they try anything a little bit more dramatic. What are the other products that you love?
My favorite product is the Work, which is really a great smoothing body cream for what I call my crepey skin that has ensued since I started going through menopause. What we found is women's skin changes all over their body. It's not just your facial skin or the skin on your neck that's very visible, but really the skin all over your body really starts to change. So we've also used an advanced form of hyaluronic acid. It's exclusive to us called HyaClear 7. And that's used in most of our skincare products. And it's really for hydration because we all know that we need a lot more hydration at this stage of life.
Oh, if I'll pipe in, isn't that an ingredient that's often used for vaginal dryness products?
Yes, we do use hyaluronic acid within our vaginal moisturizer called Daily Be Soothe. And we use it for the same reason because it's skin all over your body that changes as you age and as you go through menopause and your estrogen levels drop. So we recommend using a moisturizer. It helps with just daily vaginal dryness, but it also helps to prep for intimacy. So there are a lot of different reasons why you should use it. But one thing we said, like, no woman should be uncomfortable. There are so many things you could use on the market, but we really stand behind our product, of course. My favorite product, I have to be honest, I've been using Active Glow, which is that supplement I was just talking about. I feel like in the fall, my hair always feels like thinner than like rest of the year. So I started using it. I actually just finished my second bottle and I really have found a change, like the texture of my hair, and it does feel thicker.
I want to use that. I need that. Look at my flat hair. Who's sort of your ideal womanist woman?
Oh, that's a good question. She is very into self-care. She wants to invest more in her own wellness and health, and beauty routine. But she's also very diverse in her lifestyle. She loves to cook. She loves to travel. She's really into reading books. She tunes into comedy shows on TV. I mean, we know this woman now. Not only are we this woman, but we're even looking at our customer and just seeing what kind of women are coming into womanist.com to purchase. And it's so fun to interact with these women. I mean, that's the best part of my job is when I can email with our customer and find out how they heard about us or a little bit about their life. Everyone has a different story, but I think what's common is this woman does care about her own well-being and really does want to invest. Even though our prices are really affordable, she's still making investment in her own self-care.
And tell us about the concept of metapositivity. You promote it heavily on your website, and I'm down with that. So just tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, it started when we started to talk to women, and we were so excited talking in these focus groups to women. And they kept saying, I feel more confident. I have all this wisdom to give. I'm so excited about what's to come. I feel finally free. A lot of women were, as Michelle said, leaving their corporate jobs, or a few women were divorced and they were finally out dating again. It was just kind of this invigoration that was happening amongst these women in their 40s and 50s and even early 60s. And so we took that really to heart and thought menopause is not something to be dreaded. Yes, it can be tough. We're here to help you get through it. It's just another stage of life. Women have tackled so many other stages, but it's really so much better when you think about it with a much more, we call it a radiant outlook on life and that positive outlook on life and not being down and not thinking you're old. You have so much more to give. So really pumping women up making them feel special, because we are really at this age. We have so much more to give. I think it's changing, but sometimes corporations were thinking, oh, by the time you get to 50, you're kind of washed up, you're old school. That is so wrong. And so we're really trying to create a movement around this and really change the whole perception.
Let's talk about your community, in other words, because I know you can order all your products on your website, correct?
Right. Yes, you can. And we have some great kits that we put together on our website as well. We're available on Target.com and select Target stores. We're also available on Amazon.com for those of you that like to shop on Amazon. So yes, community is a really, really important piece of what we're building. We have a private Facebook group called the After Party. And the reason why we can name it that is because most after parties are when the fun begins, when you have more intimate conversations and everyone kind of lets their guard down. So that's the premise of our after party, is to really, it's not about selling product. It's really about women talking to other women, hearing from each other, helping each other through this life stage, not just for menopause, but just for life. We get a lot of really great conversation going about traveling and raising kids and all of the different things that we're all experiencing. And we just love that. We love the engagement in that group, because it just, to me, that matters so much, that women are talking to each other.
Well, I look at it as success, getting your brand out there into Target, and you have a nice following. And I found you pretty easily, and your website has great information. So where do you guys see yourselves, say 10 years from now?
We want to be the brand that women think of when they are going into menopause. We want to be a resource for them. We want a great product for them. We want to be the brand that she feels really proud and excited and says, oh, this is a brand for me. And I think we want to stay super relevant and modern in our approach.
You know, I have to say, as an ex-advertising copywriter, I'm kind of jealous that they came up with menopositivity and menopause.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah, it's clever. I mean, I wish I'd come up with one of those. I'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I really love the concept of menopositivity. We need to spread the positive word about menopause.
Yeah, enough with all the negative chatter.
And, it's cool. They even have a chief menopositivity officer.
Yes, Kim Douglas. It's funny. I met her at an event in New York City recently, and she's very funny. I loved when she introduced herself to the crowd. She said, I'm Kim Douglas and I live in Los Angeles, or as I like to call it, Los Ageless, because it's so weird. Women in LA just never seem to hit menopause.
Well, I'm originally from LA, but apparently I left a little too soon.
Do you guys think we'll be seeing more of these female-run companies to meet our menopausal needs in the near future?
For sure. And I say, bring it on. Let's get these products on the shelves of our local CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, my skin is definitely happier after discovering the Works body moisturizer from my Womaness. And for the record, my Womaness or anybody else isn't paying us to say that. I'm just offering this up.
And if anyone out there has products specially designed for menopausal women that you'd like us First Ladies to check out or discuss on the show, please drop us an email on our website, VLuv.com.
Or DM us on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn.
We'll be back next week, so don't go anywhere. Please remember to review us or rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you download your pods.
And please, please, please share with everyone. We'll see you soon.
VLuv Hub is written and produced by Judy DeMello, Ann Katari, and Sue Delara. Music by A Cloudy Sky. Post-production assistant, Max Podcasting.
Please subscribe to our show wherever you download your pods.
And for more information, please visit our website, VLuvHub.com. That's VLUVHUB.com. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. See you next week.